Justin Dorazio with Sports Radio 94 WIP. My guest today is a Philly native who used to have hair just as long as mine. Something went wrong there. And a Villanova alum. Wheeler, how are you doing? We're coming right off of one of the greatest pay-per-views in the history of AEW. I was there Sunday. I had an amazing time. And Dynamite this week in Philly. I'm pumped. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. It's always nice to be able to go to Dynamite after you sleep in your own bed. So very excited for that tomorrow. And yeah, excited to capitalize on the momentum of the pay-per-view because what a show.
Yeah, how are you feeling after Sunday? You didn't have any singles action, but you had a little trios action on the pre-show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling great. We clean sweep for the Death Riders. We won both our matches, so I'm feeling good and all healthy, so happy to be 100% coming into Wednesday.
Awesome. And so the Death Riders, you guys are a very interesting faction to me. One of my favorites in pro wrestling right now. I think it's, first of all, I love the hoodie. It's the first I've seen
This is a Claudio Castagnoli custom, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is sick. Claudio's awesome.
He's the best.
That is really, really cool. But you guys started out, obviously, as the Blackpool Combat Club. You guys turned on Bryan Danielson, which I still haven't forgiven you for. And
he was retiring, man. What was I going to do, right?
And now you start off as this heel group who does these dastardly things, choking guys out with plastic bags, putting steel chairs over their necks, stomping on them. And now you've kind of become this, you've put yourselves in between baby faces and heels. You're somewhere in the middle and you've kind of focused on elevating the talent around you. Tell me a little bit about the group and your journey so far with them.
Yeah, I think that our motivation the whole time, like even when we were doing, plastic bags and cleaning chemicals down Orange Cassidy's throats and stuff like that. The whole point was just to apply pressure so that we can, create that diamond that AEW really can be. And it feels like we've applied so much pressure and done so much evil stuff that we're sort of now at a point where it's like, all right, people are stepping up, like how many times did Moxley tap out before he finally beat Kyle O'Reilly this week? So there's, I think that the natural evolution of the Death Riders is also a product of just the natural evolution of AEW and how it's continuing to grow and expand. But I've said this a lot. I think that the Death Riders are a team in the truest sense of the word. Like, we're not just going to work, showing up, clocking in, doing our thing, and then going out. Like, we're supporting each other. We have a group chat going. We're always like trying to see, like, all right, what'd you do in the gym today? What'd you do in the gym today? I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go meet Mox and we're going to go train because he got in a night early and he knows I live here. So we're going to go meet up and train after this. So it's always just trying to push each other forward. And I think that that's what's made the Death Riders so good on TV, but also what has just made it so good for all of us individually as wrestlers and as people.
I see that camaraderie. And during Double or Nothing, during your show on the during your match on the buy-in, you guys do like the group hug and jump in the circle, and then Marina on the outside of the ring does it as well. It's awesome. It's so much fun.
And like spoiler alert, we've only gotten it once, but we did get Mox to do it one time.
Yeah.
But we've never gotten him to do it in front of the camera. So that's a thing that's happening, by the way, is like we'll high five everyone, and when he goes to the ring, especially for the Continental matches where there's no seconds or anything, we wait till he leaves and then we do that huddle just by ourselves in the back just for us. So it's a thing that's started to catch on, and I'm glad that like when we did it in the ring and the crowd reacted, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like,
It's awesome.
People are catching on to it.
The pop was crazy. It's awesome. What's been your favorite match in AEW? You've been there for how long now? 5 years?
About 5 years now. Yeah. I think the go-to for me, the two of them are the ones that got me into the Blackpool Combat Club. So one with Bryan Danielson, I just never thought I would ever get to wrestle him. So the fact that came true was really something special for me. And then obviously the match with Jon, I think that the one on Rampage where I bled everywhere, the one in Boston. Yeah. I think that was, a real turning point in my career, and it really gave me confidence going forward. And I think that it's sort of the leaping off point for me. And obviously I've had other matches that since then that I loved just as much, but I think that that's always like a really good one to talk about. But any of those like Anarchy in the Arena matches, Blood and Guts, they're so much fun. Well,
where does your tag match with Marina versus Orange Cassidy and Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm, where does that rank in your favorite matches of all time, even given the outcome of the match?
Yeah, I mean, if I had won, it probably would have felt a lot different. But no, I did have that's got to be up there. That's got to be up there as one of the like crowning achievements for me, just to be able to have such an important match. It's in Tony's home country, like to be able to have everyone just fully behind her in orange, and like that was a very special night. Like crowd reactions are really what we're going for in professional wrestling, and that was just such a special crowd.
The moment between you and Mox is one of my favorite of all time, involving the Death Riders, when you're trying to get away, trying to convince him, like, no, don't let me do it, and he tells you a deal's a deal.
Yeah, he's like, be a man of your word. You're only as good as your word, is what he said to me. I was like, he's right.
How are you enjoying the short hair?
I didn't like when I was first bald. Not a fan of that, but I got used to it pretty quickly. It was nice when it was like, I think after that match, the next day I was like taking a shower, and I was like, all right, I get out of the shower and I like go to dry my hair. Oh, this is great. There's nothing there. Like, this is so nice. And then like every once in a while, I'm usually wearing a hat, so I'll like flip my hair. Oh no, I don't have to. Just put the hat on. So it's been nice.
The first reveal of you taking the hat off afterwards was great. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah,
how do you talk about doing something like that? Like, what I'm asking, I guess, is, do you pitch that? Do you pitch getting your head shaved, or does Tony come to you and say, will you take one for the team?
You know, there was like, I'm trying to think of how long it was. It was months and months of me getting chanted at to get a haircut. So I was like, okay, I think I need to, like, all right, there's something here. So they're chanting it at me, so I'm not going to do it. Much to the dismay of my barber. I was like, I'm sorry, man, I'm not going to see you for a while. I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then as it just kept building and building, and like, Mox would laugh sometimes in the back. He's like, your hair's just taking on a life of its own, man. It's like its own character on the show kind of at this point. So I was like, okay, I think it's time. Let's see what we can do. So I was willing to put it on the line, and, you know, it didn't go my way, but it was a lot of fun for sure. And it was definitely, I had a lot to do with it, I would say.
That's good. I saw MJF was talking a lot this week before the pay-per-view about hair matches in wrestling, and just the kind of the progression of them and how they kind of became a comedy thing for a while. How do you feel about just kind of the culture around hair in wrestling, like the significance of shaving your hair?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why it's like it's funny. It is, you know, like, this person has to go out there and then just shave their head in front of everyone. So I do understand the comedy aspect of it, but for me, I always think more of like the Luchas de Apuestas in Mexico, and that's so like in Mexican wrestling, a lot of guys are wearing masks. Obviously, you know this, but like a lot of guys are wearing masks. Then you wager the mask, you can lose it. What's the next step is your hair. Is like that's the next level of sort of embarrassment, I guess, that you can offer. So that's, to me, I think more of those like really impactful, like big rivalries, and then it ends in someone, you know, shaving their head. So that's more where I think of it. I think of it less of a comedy thing, but obviously it's very funny. You know, Luther's out there dressed as a barber shaving my head.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, yeah, it is for laughs.
It's awesome. And then like you played it so well after the fact. Like I said, like the reveal with the beanie was just awesome. Like, you guys did it great. I loved it.
I do regret not keeping the skullet for a little bit, but I had to like go to the airport, so I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just cut it off.
You got to go through TSA like that.
Yeah.
So you are a Philly native. You're a Villanova alum. You mentioned to me a little bit off the air that you did go to school with the Nova Knicks.
Yeah. So I graduated like a semester early, but I would have been like I started the same time Jalen Brunson started, so that would have been my entry to Villanova.
Did you hear the Knicks and 4 chants at Double or Nothing?
I heard them. I saw signs, all kinds of things.
So are you a Sixers fan, or are you
I'm a Sixers fan.
Sixers fan? Okay, okay. That's a little better at least.
Yeah.
That's a little better. Well, I don't know. How does that weigh on you a little bit, because you're a Nova guy and you're a Sixers guy? Like, do you root for those guys individually, or?
I mean, not anymore now because they play for the Knicks. I mean, I don't hold like ill will against. Like, I don't think they're bad people or anything, but I don't root for them because it's like, all right, yeah. The one that every once in a while will get me is like Bridges, because we had a class together, and I always thought it was funny that he was like, I mean, he doesn't know me or anything, but he was like 2 rows ahead of me. And he was always watching basketball during class while I was watching wrestling. So sorry, Dr. Moore. He was watching basketball. I was watching wrestling. So I always thought that was pretty funny. That I was like, all right, we know what we want to do after this.
And you both got there.
And we both got there,
which is awesome.
Because we might have needed that psychology class, but luckily we didn't.
They say slackers never prosper.
Come on, man. I was focusing on other things. I wasn't slacking.
It's awesome. Well, Dynamite this week is in Philly. It's a home show. Last year in September, You guys did 3 weeks at the 2300 Arena. How was that, getting to stay home, I guess, drive to work for the first time and not fly into work? And
yeah, it was weird to have like a normal commute again for a while, but
yeah.
no, it was really cool. Like when, when I was younger and I was setting up rings and stuff, I remember I did ring crew for multiple different companies in the 2300, so it was really cool to, be back there. I've wrestled there before, but it was nice to have like, it really felt like, okay, this is like a homecoming. Like I've arrived. This is on television. Like it felt very special for me personally. But then, of course, it felt very special for the city too. It's just like we're gonna have AEW here every show for like a month. That's awesome. It was really cool. Yeah, and like I felt like the crowds. Whenever you do a bunch of shows in one place, you get kind of nervous that like the crowds might wane just because it's like, all right, well, I was here last week. I don't have to come get. But I felt like they grew. Like they got, I don't know if they grew in numbers, but they grew in enthusiasm and momentum. And like, at least I think they might have grown in numbers too. But we sold out so much. Who knows?
They were packing people in that place.
Yeah.
It was the most packed I've ever seen it there. Well, obviously, I never was there for ECW back in the day. I was one.
Yeah.
but I that was the most I'd ever seen anybody in there. And like you said, it felt like it was more people in there every week. I didn't go to the collisions though, but the Dynamites were awesome. They were so much fun.
Yeah, everything was really cool. And then there was even like one night we had like an independent show that was like, it was a collaboration with Action Wrestling and Ring of Honor. So that was really cool. Like we just did Collision. We had like live TV, and now we have this awesome like indie show coming out.
That's
after.
awesome.
Like that's sweet. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So that was for me like my wrestling proclivities. I guess that was like, all right, this is my jam. This is awesome.
After one of the shows at the 2300 Arena, it was really funny. One of my buddies actually caught you outside the arena, took a picture with you, which was one of my favorites right here.
Nice.
And then in one of the strangest little situations I've ever been in with a pro wrestler, we said goodbye, and then we followed you to your car because I was parked right behind you. Yeah. I was like, we actually stopped to give you some space because we didn't want you to think we were going to rob you. the area around the 2300 Arena, people don't feel great.
Yeah, I get it. but it was that's really funny. I guess I didn't pick up on that one. But thank you for the space. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll Dynamite this Wednesday, tomorrow night at the Liacouras Center, not the 2300 Arena. Yes. Are you on the card? Do you want to be on the card?
I will make an appearance of some sort. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you there.
Guys, please re-sign Trevor Zegers. Please hurry.
Are you a Flyers guy?
I am a Flyers guy.
You're a big Flyers guy.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think of the Flyers this year?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I went to the Ducks game. So that was a blast. Just all the FU cutters and stuff.
Awesome,
that was so much fun. And then obviously we had a very rough January. I felt like that was like the peak for a while.
Sure.
And then obviously, we come back, we make the playoffs. It's all's forgiven. But I felt like, oh man, this was like the peak of the season. And I was like, did I do something wrong? Did I ruin it?
When I was getting on a plane the day after the Flyers got swept by the Canes, and I was wearing my Danny Briere shirt, and someone on the plane said to me, he's like, it's a shame what happened to the Flyers. And I said to him, it's further than you think they would have gotten. And he goes, it's a shame that's the standard in Philadelphia these days. It was awesome.
What a great Philly fan that is.
Yeah, exactly. It was such a great. I didn't know you were a Flyers guy. So is hockey your number one sport?
Baseball's number one.
Okay.
I don't know why hockey was on the mind. I know why hockey was on the mind. There was a guy in the third row in a Trevor Zegers jersey at Double or Nothing. He was.
Oh wow! I did see him from my seat.
You can't see him on the main camera, but he's on because he's on the other side. But so maybe that's why I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Real quick before I get you out of here, I just remembered this morning AEW announced a new pay-per-view, first of its kind in Montreal. Let's talk about that a minute. AEW Redemption, I believe it's called. What are your thoughts on that? A pay-per-view in Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for it. Like, Center Bell is an awesome building. It's really cool to like obviously there's dubious wrestling history there as well, but they're such a rowdy crowd. Like, they're so much fun. So I think that now we'll give them a pay-per-view. Like, it'll just step it up one more level. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be an awesome show.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see you tomorrow on Dynamite. And if you are looking for tickets to Dynamite, you can get them on AEWTix.com or on Ticketmaster. There are still plenty available. But do not wait to grab those. Wheeler, I want to thank you so much for coming in today. And good luck on Wednesday and good luck for the rest of your career.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.